Welcome back. We did a lot of stuff yesterday and I forgot to bring my SD card with the camera. It was still on my laptop and you kind of missed a bunch of stuff, but I'll catch you up. It's not anything important anyways. We spent a lot of time on this one bolt that is crazy, but I'm just not gonna talk about it. I got a new bolt already and it was just messed up. The threads are messed up. But Matt's here. He's working on his car because he's driving all weekend with his proximity team. We got the engine bay painted. Like I said, we're gonna paint just the bottom. You can see the rails, the firewall. It's all shiny and gray.
The steering rack.
The steering rack. Well, the steering rod there. You know, you can't. It's all right. Matt was kind enough to go to American Motorsports today after work and grab these fittings for me. He grabbed a bunch of them, all in there, and a 10-foot line for our oil cooler. Another cool thing is I'll be able to run the same oil filter that Matt is running on my block, which is hilarious. And he had an extra one, and I decided to steal it off of him. Yeah, he doesn't know yet, but now he knows.
I already know.
Anyways, we're gonna run the same oil filter now, and he says it is off a 2016 EcoBoost Mustang, the 4-cylinder Mustang. And when I forget that, I can just text him every time and bother him.
Your Chevy motor is gonna be running a Mustang oil filter.
Mustang. So Chevy motor, Ford filter.
So if your car breaks, do you blame it?
It was Ford's fault.
It's a Ford issue.
It was a Ford issue. If it's oil related, it was definitely Ford.
Yeah,
Ford did it because 7 years I've only been using Chevy parts.
I can hear the purists in the comment section already.
Oh yeah, by the way, Kai's here from the UK. He came to hang out. He's going to be spending some time with us at Black Friday.
Yeah, man.
I was supposed to work on my car this past weekend, but the wasnt teeth had me all kinds of messed up. Here's a picture of me looking like a chipmunk, and I was so in pain because remember there was a nerve right here that I still hurts, and the bottom part of my gum on the right side is a little numb still, and it's been a week and it shouldn't be like that, but that's the nerve, and just gotta like keep moving my jaw. Hopefully it goes away. If not, I'm numb there forever. Who cares? But I'm feeling a lot better. I didn't feel good during the weekend, so I was not able to come work on the car. I was like all depressed that I wasn't gonna make it to Black Friday, and then last minute here we come. I started doing stuff on it, and it's now Tuesday and Black Friday is this Friday, so we have a couple of nights after work to get this motor in and get it running and do all the new parts. And as you know from previous videos, it's definitely doable in one day. So not trying to do it in one day, but we got a couple of nights. The only thing is, like I said, I work, so it's very tiring, but we're gonna hustle, we're gonna get through this. First things first, finish up that oil pan little area there, and this can get turned around and made it to the trans. As you can see, we also already installed the ISR mounts. Those look beautiful on there. Looks like Hasm's here. Hello. Also, we have to put the painted subframe and tension arm thingy brace back on and attach it to the arms and the rack. Attach all that, and then attach that, and then put that in there. And that should be a giant leap forward for me. Kai's over there putting the oil block together. Motor's done and flipped. I already put the oil pressure sensor in, oil pan, the fittings. I'm gonna start working on this stuff, the subframe, to be able to put the motor in. Hasm's doing homework like a good student. Matt's playing on his phone.
I lost a wheel!
Yeah, it was a whole wheel.
I don't know where it went.
It's gone.
Ryan Little.
always got to remember to keep all these bolts loose because this slides forward and back. That'll help you put these on the frame and not strip them like I already have. So always keep it loose. My motor mounts are also loose, and should be pretty smooth from here on. So my stock oil pan used to go all the way up to here and it would bolt onto the trans, but the new oil pan, if you look at it right here, it ends right here. So all this transmission would be exposed. So Canton, the people that make the pan, they also make this cover, so the oil pan will finish right here, and you won't expose your clutch and flywheel and all that stuff, and you won't expose it to the elements. You definitely need this. I've ran it before on SR and KA without stuff, but it's definitely essential because the clutch can slip, especially in the weather. So, and it can go bad really fast. So, very, very important. Cheap too. So, two things you can't forget is when I was showing you that plate for the transmission, do not put it on the transmission before it's on, because your flywheel and clutch have to go behind it. You put it on after you make the transmission, but don't tighten the transmission. So put the transmission on, leave it sort of loose with a little space for the plate to go in between. Put the plate, don't tighten the plate, and then tighten the trans, and then tighten the plate. But make sure the plate slides in between the oil pan and the trans, and we forgot. The next thing is the header on the driver's side goes in between the steering shaft. I almost forgot again, and if we forget, we gotta have to pull the motor to put this back in because this goes first. And this header actually is a lot easier because it's only one pipe. My previous header has two pipes going on the inside of the steering column. I'm wondering if because it's only one pipe, they designed it so even if your motor's already in, you can probably still put this in because it's one pipe, so you have more clearance to swing the arm over, I'm assuming. But I'm not willing to try it. I'm just gonna put it in now. So we're gonna get to doing that. All right, guys, it's like 3:30 in the morning and I have to work in the morning. These guys don't. They get to sleep. But we got the motor in. I know I didn't show you. We were kind of just working and things kept coming up and we just focused on it instead of the camera. I'm sorry. The header that goes around the steering rack kept hitting. The only way to clearance it was to place the motor exactly where the header was designed for, which means further back. And so we did that. We hustled. It was really hard. After a bunch of attempts, we got it in. It clears. Everything's in. That header is in. It clears perfectly around the steering and the frame. This header is in. It sort of touches the frame, but we don't know. But it looks like it does, but we don't know. Everything else is there. The radiator's in. It clearanced the radiator by like a lot. So if you see my hand doing this, before this was on the fans, but now the motor moved that much further back. So I'm wondering how that's going to affect the weight. But I don't know. It's probably not much. But yeah, that's settled. The tranny mounts. It's awesome having those. It's awesome having the helicoils in the tranny work. They're in there holding it tight and amazing. Now the issue we're having is the drive shaft is too long by literally
10 mil?
In reality 3 mil, but the drive shaft has to have some play on the yoke, I guess. I don't know what that's called, the input there. Yeah. So that has to have a little bit of a breather room, you'd call it. So technically 10 mil. If we cut the drive shaft 10 millimeters and re-welded it and balanced it, it'll fit perfect. That is ridiculous. The drive shaft won't go in because of 10 millimeters, but it is what we have to do. basically everything else that could be an issue has been looked at. I'm taking the drive shaft with me. It's Tuesday, 3:30 in the morning. I have to work tomorrow, trying to see if I can get that drive shaft cut and welded in basically 2 or 3 days, so I can get the car together and running, and fluids and gauges, and it hurts. My brain hurts.
Brian Little.
Go. Burnout. We're finally done. I haven't recorded anything because we've been really busy trying to get to the track. It's still Friday at 9:30, 10:15, and we're gonna head to the track now. Cutoff is 12, so we're not gonna drive, but at least we get there today, unload and whatever, and we'll drive tomorrow. We got 2 other days of ripping with everybody. Car's looking good. Finally on the trailer. Adjusted some stuff so we clear right here and it doesn't hit anymore. It's got some scars, but it'll be all right. I really hope this holds together, but the oil cooler is working very good on our bleeding. So let's get to the track. Eyes out. I'm tired. We've worked really hard. You can see. But that's a wrap. The weekend's over. Car's on the trailer. John's on the trailer. Brett's in his trailer. And we're done. I didn't talk or record at the track at all. It's all Kai and Megan. Go follow Kai's YouTube. Go follow his Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm super tired. I don't even know how I'm talking right now. So, bye.